And with Stipe, I said this wouldn't be a fight that Jon Jones comes in and mops the floor with him. I said Stipe's a lot tougher than you think, and it's going to be a tough fight for Jon. Well, I'm a little biased when it comes to Stipe. Stipe came to Denver right when he started in the UFC. I've trained with Stipe. I know Stipe pretty well. I didn't take into my own account, if let's say I got a fight in Game Bread or Nate Diaz wanted to fight me or something like that, and I got back into camp. At 41, and the last time you saw me, there's going to be a pretty big difference. It's just doesn't matter how hard I train, who's my coaches, peptides, TRT, transcendcompany.com/Brendan Schaub. I feel great. Feel fantastic. There's not enough drugs in the world to make me look like I'm 27 again, 28, 29, 30. There's nothing we can do. Your reaction time, the speed, there's nothing we can do. And for Stipe, if you go back and look at Stipe when he fought JDS, even when he fought Francis when he lost, if you watch him, and I was there live when he fought Francis the first time and beat him, you go back and look at that Stipe, it's a different human being. So when I think about the Jon Jones performance, I thought Jon looked fantastic. And if Jon, when he was, his reign at light heavyweight, if you had to rank him, if this was a video game, you have to give him a ranking at 1 out of 10, he was an 11. Unbeatable. Greatest to ever do it. 28-0, you know how fucking hard. That's the most impressive thing in all of professional sports. Not Tom Brady in his rings, not Jordan, not LeBron, not Ronaldo. What Jon Jones has done in mixed martial arts at the highest level, at the light heavyweight division, in the prime of the division, for him to go undefeated is the most impressive feat in all of sports. That's why he's the greatest of all time. That's why he's top 5, to me, athletes of all time. Hands down. But that being said, and Jon looked good. So if in his prime, when he's just running through everybody, he was an 11 on a video game, after Father Time went, hey, bud, what is he, 38, 39? Hey, bud. Tapped him on the shoulder. If he was an 11 back then, Jon, the version we got Saturday night that beat the brakes, he's 37. 15 years in the UFC? All those miles, all the training, all that stuff. If Jon was an 11 back in 2018, 2017, 2016, compared to now, he's probably a 7 now. His reaction time, his speed, maybe an 8. So there's some things I went, oof, he fights Tom Aspinall, that might be an issue. So some of the stuff Stipe landed, and Stipe, if Stipe was a 10, when we saw him, when Stipe was, beating the likes of JDS, Orlovsky, Nogueira, really doing his thing when he was in his prime, if he was a 10, he's probably a 4 now, maybe a 3. Go back and watch some of his older fights. You're like, oh my God, this is a different human being. It almost looks like it's painful for him to walk. He's just very, very stiff, like everything's stiff. And to me, this is the key thing, and nobody's talking about this. He gets finished, right, with that spinning heel kick. Which, for a heavyweight to jump off the ground and land a spinning heel kick is insane. That's how good Jon is. Jon absolutely dominated him. It was like a walking heavy bag. So he's able to get off on him and do his thing and not really get touched. Stipe said this. Stipe is not a guy that, asks for the mic, doesn't like cameras. He's a family man. He's a firefighter. Rogan gave him the mic. Goes, so is this it? He goes, yeah, I'm done. Thank God. And walked out. I don't think Stipe really wanted to do this. I don't think he did. I think he's been done for a long time. He knows his body is a fraction of what it used to be. He can't really put his best foot forward. He's just lucky to move his foot forward at all at this point. And have you ever heard in any sport, especially mixed martial arts, especially the UFC, A guy of that caliber. You're talking about an all-time great heavyweight, an all-time great Hall of Famer, first ballot. They give him the mic. There's no special thing. There's nothing there. He goes, I'm done. Thank God. Get me the fuck out of here. Thank God this bullshit's over. I don't want to be here in the first place. Give me my goddamn check. There's no after party. There's nothing to celebrate. I want to go back, fight fires, raise my kids. The key moment for me in that fight, and put it in a nutshell, I'm done. Thank God. That's how I felt about it. Thank God. Get me the fuck out of here. What'd you think was going to happen? I'm fucking 42, man. I don't feel great. I don't want to do this. It hurts. It hurts to get up in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be, it's miserable. Going to camp, running, doing road work, getting in shape. I haven't done this in 4 years, man. And I have to fight fucking Jon Jones. Yeah, thank fucking God it's over. Get me out of here. That's what he did. Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. Thank God. You can keep this bullshit. The greatest American heavyweight we've ever seen. Yeah, get me the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go fight fires, dude. Raise my kids. Get me the fuck out of here. You guys happy? Probably looking at his management, his wife. Everyone good? Did you get what you want? I broke my fucking ribs. I fucking spinning heel kick by this fucking monster. We good? Can I retire now? I did it for you guys. Stipe wasn't fighting for himself. You can clearly see that. He wasn't fighting for himself. He didn't want to be in there. So, a lot of unanswered questions still with Jon at heavyweight. A lot of unanswered questions. Because think about his heavyweight run. Cyril Gane. You guys a white belt at best. We didn't learn anything there. He looked out of shape. And then this one, basically a version of shell of Stipe. We've never seen Stipe like that. And he teed off on him. He looked good. His striking looked good. That takedown was filthy. Filthy. What? And then his ground and pound still there. I think his IQ is the highest we've ever seen. That's what makes him so special. So I think Jon's going to be able to stick around and beat 99.9 of the heavyweights. I don't know if this version of Jon beats Aspinall. Because when Jon would engage, and you could tell Jon is not going to engage and does not want to entertain on the feet with these heavyweights. He knows one shot can end his entire legacy. He goes, hell no. Takes him down, beats him up, a lot of teep kicks, a lot of midsection work, mix it up, confuse the guys. You know, he's doing his thing. But as soon as they start throwing those heavyweight hooks and straight rights, he's out. Fuck no. Runs off. Literally runs off. But that's what he did that even at light heavyweight. He resets, runs, and gets back to the center of the octagon. No. Reset. Heavyweight, even more so. Hell no. Reset. The issue with that, when you're older and you slow down, that reset, Stipe's too old and his reflex aren't there to keep up. So when Jon resets, he was able to get out. Tom's just getting to his prime. Tom can stay on you. He can cut you off so you never get out. And when you turn your back, Tom can keep going. Via Stipe, JDS. Remember, Stipe kept trying to get out. Boom, boom, boom. JDS was trying to turn his back and reset. Got that from Jon Jones. So when guys turn their back and they try to get out, they get lit up. The younger guys like, what the fuck are you doing? With the veterans, you can kind of do that and get out and reset. So that could be an issue for Jon. Jon will have a significant advantage. Just experience, IQ, reach, kicks over Aspinall. Aspinall, I can guarantee, will get taken down unless he just starches him on the feet right away. The speed is the biggest issue for Jon and Tom Aspinall. It's a major liability for Jon. The speed, and even Stipe landed some punches. So I just, there's a lot we don't know. You're not going to get Jon versus Tom Aspinall anytime soon. Jon does not need it. That's the issue. That's why you're not going to get it. Jon's already cemented. Heavyweight champ, defending heavyweight champ, greatest light heavyweight of all time, greatest fighter of all time. He doesn't need anything. You think him being Tom Aspinall like cements his legacy? No. Doesn't do anything for him. Does nothing. He could stop right now. He's the greatest of all time by far. No one will ever touch his records ever again. Not even close. He's the Wayne Gretzky of MMA. You ever seen Wayne Gretzky's stats? No one's fucking touching him. That's how dominant he was. John's the exact same way. No one will ever get close, especially this day and age. So John's good. And this is actually an issue. John's good. Tom Aspinall and UFC are not. The heavyweight division is a nightmare, meaning it's trash. It's horrible. It's not good. It's not good. So UFC, and this is good for John. For the UFC, they're looking at it going, what the fuck do we do if John doesn't come back and fight Tom? What do we do? Well, he'd relinquish the title. Okay, and Tom's your champ. Who's he going to fight? The winner of Cyril Gane Volkov? That sells 7 pay-per-views. Sergey? Hey, you already beat him. Almeida? I don't think so, man. Curtis Blades? Yeah, he beat him. That's done. Stipe? Yeah, he's fucking done. Tiberia? No, what are we doing? Rosenstruck? The fuck, dude? Derek Lewis? Been there. What are you going to do? Taito Avasa? Great for John. Terrible for Tom. Because here's the thing. Again, like I'm going to reinforce this. Jon Jones' legacy is great no matter what. It's cemented. He's already done it all. Tom needs him. If Tom doesn't fight John, we don't know how great Tom can be. Tom will never get his flowers if he doesn't fight John. It's horrible for Tom if John retires. Let's say Tom goes undefeated. He's a 5-6-time defending champion. But look who he's defending against. Let's go through it. Let's say that John retires, never fights him, which is more likely to happen than not, to be honest with you. I know you don't want to hear this. That's more likely is that John does not fight Tom. And then Tom never becomes the freaking greatest of all time. He can't. It's literally impossible. So let's say John retires. They do Cyril Gane. Let's say Cyril Gane beats Volkov. He's probably favored. Let's say he beats Volkov and he beats Cyril Gane. Okay? John already beat him. And Francis beat him. Tom can't fight Francis. Tom can't fight John. All right, so he beat Cyril Gane to defend his title. Great job, dude. That was sick. Sold 18 pay-per-views. Maybe we do a fight night in London. I don't know. Okay. And then let's say Volkov wins. Okay, you defend against Volkov. Been there, done that. Cool, man. That's not John. That's not Francis. Pavlovich, we've already seen. Chris Blades, you've already beat. You already beat him. What current heavyweight, 2 through 15, 2 through fucking 50, is going to cement Aspinall as the greatest heavyweight in the world? You guys can say, oh, Tom would have beat John. Maybe. Tom would have beat Francis. Maybe. So for Tom to become who he's destined to be, he has to fight Jon Jones. If he doesn't, it's a fucking shit show. And you know what the only reason John doesn't fight Tom? It's the only reason. The whole narrative that some of the media wants to run with, and they couldn't be more fucking off, it drives me nuts, saying that John's ducking Stipe or ducking Tom Aspinall is ridiculous. That's not true in any facet. It just comes down to fucking money. And why is that? Because John doesn't have to do it. So this whole narrative of John going, I'd rather fight Alex. He needs me. I don't need him. He needs more wins. That's all negotiating from John. What John say when they give him the mic? Rogan kind of pushed it on him. You got an interim heavyweight champion that should be next. Says, agree. They show me the money. I'll give you what you guys want. That's all this is. So don't be upset at Tom. Don't be upset at John. Don't say he's ducking, which does nothing to him. He's fucking 37 years old. You call him a duck. It does not matter in any facet. Hate to tell you guys. The only reason you would not get this, and you should be very upset, is the UFC does not pay John what he's worth. That's it. And he's worth every fucking penny. The only reason you didn't get Francis versus Jon is because the UFC didn't pay Francis what he thought he was worth. Francis isn't scared. Jon's not scared. Tom Aspinall's not scared. No fighter in the UFC, hate to tell you journalists out there, is scared of another man. You don't get to a championship level being scared of anybody. It's fun. I know it gives you content. Oh, he's ducking him. Come on. That's not real. Because Jon has a lot of advantages over Tom Aspinall. A lot. Aspinall has a few. Speed, youth. That's it. Jon is a fucking Swiss Army knife in there. Tom's a very quick machete. So the only reason which this fight doesn't happen, the odds are better that it doesn't happen. The UFC has to pay him what he thinks the UFC has to pay him what he thinks he's worth, and for him to take this significant risk to fight the younger, not a huge name contender. What's that worth to the UFC? And it's very short-sighted if the UFC doesn't pay, because if you don't pay, Tom will never be the champion you need him to be. He can't. It's literally impossible. He can't fight Francis. He can't fight Jon. He fights the rest of the bums in the heavyweight division that nobody gives a fuck about. So you have this great English champion who's more talented than 99.999 guys to ever fight in the UFC, and it's never going to be enough because we're always going, man, I wish he would have fought Francis. Man, I wish he would have fought Jon. And the only reason he didn't is because the UFC's being super frugal. It's the only reason you're not getting this. Nobody's scared of anyone. You got to stop that. People saying that he's ducking Tom don't know fighting. They don't know the way the sausage is made. I know it's fun to say. I know you don't like Jon because he don't do interviews. I get all that. I'm with you. That's fine. It's just not real. You saying he's ducking Jon is the same narrative as saying Jake Paul fights are scripted. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I know it gets you views. I know it gets you clicks. I know there's few people out there that agree with you. It's not real. It's just not real. It's like saying Michael Jordan's scared of Magic Johnson. That's fucking stupid, right? Tom Brady's scared of that Tampa Bay. What the fuck are you talking about? These guys are competitors. That's not real, guys. It's not real. What's real is Jon doesn't have to do any of it. The only reason he will entertain it is if he makes life-changing money. And life-changing money for Jon is a lot of fucking money. That's what he wants. That's what the UFC has. UFC can do that. If they don't do that, Jon is a guy who doesn't need anything. He is set. Figure it the fuck out and quit complaining. Quit sending him duck emojis. It's fucking childish. Quit saying he's ducking. That's fucking stupid. Any other brain busters? That division's so bad. They need him so bad. It's great for Jon. And for you people out there that are fighter pay and they got to do what's right. Finally, a guy, it's so rare this happens, Conor McGregor, Jon Jones. It's so rare a guy has negotiating power against the UFC. You know the shit you have to go through to get a leg up on the UFC? The machine is designed for you not to get a leg up on them. You have to be impossibly fucking undeniably good. One in this lifetime to get even an inch on the UFC. There's only been two guys to ever do it. One is Conor McGregor. The other is Jon Jones. This is a negotiating tactic by Jon Jones. And for you not to figure it out and for you not to defend Jon and stand by him while he negotiates to trying to get a bag for his last fight, because there's nothing else after this. Just so everyone knows. It's not like, oh, maybe Jon can come back. There's no other fight that will make him get out of bed and train. There's nothing. This is the only fight. And for him to finally, after 15 years, going undefeated in the toughest sport in the world, where he can lose by any weird spinning elbow, knee. It's never happened to him. Ever. It's unheard of. It will never happen again. I can almost guarantee you will never see another Jon Jones again. Dominating like this. He has a leg up on the UFC. You should be celebrating this. You should be supporting him. Get your bag, dude. Not, oh, you're ducking him. No. Get your fucking bag. If anyone's earned it, it's this guy. He's 28-0 in mixed martial arts at the highest level over 15 years. When you say nobody's earned anything, you're out of your fucking mind. If I've ever seen a case, if I've ever seen a resume for a fighter to demand a certain amount of pay and actually get it, it's Jon Jones. It will never happen again. So pick a lane. Either you want fighters to get compensated what they're worth, or you want them just to fight whoever the fuck all they tell them to fight and get taken advantage of and not get taken care of and not get paid their dues and suffer from it down the road and all the years of training. Or should he stick to his guns? Because you finally have a guy that has a fucking leg up on the UFC and can do that. And finally, after 15 years, doesn't need anyone or anything to be considered the greatest of all time. And all he's asking is, pay me like I'm the greatest of all time. Pay me to take the chance of fighting your young lion who needs me. I don't got to do shit. I'm 28-0, 29-0, where the fuck he is. Pay me. People go, oh, you're ducking him. Just get in there. It's the right thing to do. Shut up. Because if you're going to cry about fighters not being compensated and not getting taken care of, and then when a guy finally does, you shit on him, well, that doesn't make sense, does it? That's fucking stupid in the grand scheme of things, isn't it? It's kind of ridiculous when you say it out loud, isn't it? It makes no fucking sense, y'all. Jon Jones to fight Tom Aspinall should be the highest paid fighter of all time. It's just not another fight. It's the biggest heavyweight fight in UFC history. You have the greatest of all time to ever do it. Will never be done again. Older, slower reaction times. Not fighting his true weight class. Against the young British fucking lion, and he's a monster. And for the first time ever in Jon Jones' career, realistically, I think he came out as a slight dog against Cyril Gane. You guys are fucking stupid. We all know he was an underdog. Like, to be a true underdog, he will be a true underdog against Tom Aspinall. And y'all want to pay him the same? Well, that's fucking stupid, isn't it? But you signed the contract. Shut up. You guys make no sense out there. For the first time ever in his career, he has to put his entire legacy up so your champion can fulfill his dreams and go on for his destiny of being the greatest to ever do it. And he has all the skill. Tom has all that skill. That's Tom. So you need this in order for your business in heavyweight to flourish, but you don't want to pay him? Well, it's stupid. And then the media and the fans are going to jump on Dana White's side. That's fucking stupid. That's like defending the Waltons with Walmart. You know how stupid that is? You finally got a guy that has a leg up on the UFC. Do you know what that takes? Do you know how special Conor McGregor is in his prime? You know how insane that was? You know how insane it is for Jon Jones to go 28-0? It's damn near impossible. It will never happen again. So yeah, you pay that guy. You don't shit on him. You don't say he's scared of Tom Aspinall, because that's fucking stupid. It's not helping the fighter. Okay? Can you guys please stop that? Are we done?